Kryon. Ancient messages from modern times. Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon of Magnetic Service. We are indeed in Egypt, for those who listen and watch, in a place called Edfu, at the Temple of Horus. But I want to speak about what this group saw yesterday and how it perhaps reacts to you, how it interacts with you, how you would react. What do you think of Kamambo? Well, yesterday there was talk of another temple, but this is a temple of great revelation about what the Egyptians wanted to communicate to you through the inscriptions on the walls. And it perfectly connects to the teachings we have given you about this brand new energy that is beginning to manifest on the planet through ancient souls and lightworkers like those listening to us, like those here present. This is a morning visit, as often happens on these tours, to have time to spend in solitude in ancient and majestic places, charged with life force, where you can relax and reflect, or perhaps connect with your heart and ask yourself questions that are otherwise difficult to face. Kamambo offered revelations whose truth is still unknown today. On the walls, one of their great physicians engraved some of the tools used for medicine, aromatherapy, some surgical instruments used in healings and operations, even a basin for disinfecting instruments and hands. This happened thousands of years before your modern civilization discovered germs. They didn't need to see them under a microscope. They understood them on their own. This is an elegant civilization. A civilization that didn't yet have the printing press, that could only communicate with its people through song, a tradition that is almost completely lost. But on the walls, a story is told, and it's not just the story of who is important. There are two types of Egypt before you, dear ones. Even those who listen to us, though they've never been here, need to know this. There is the history, and then there is the message, and both are presented metaphorically. It was the best they could do to convey the impression they wanted to give of a relationship they had, and this is the theme of this short channel. Relationships. Clearly, what they were showing was the relationship they had with what they respected first and foremost, the Creator, and second, the life-giving force of the Nile. But in doing so, they also described their relationships with each other. But within all this, hidden between the lines, is the fact that their relationship with each other was founded on their relationship with the Creator. Do you understand? Thousands of years ago, the message I've been channeling for 30 years or more is engraved on the walls of this place. It takes years of study to fully understand its true meaning. The message says that this was an elegant civilization that used metaphors to tell a larger story, a story about a loving Creator. The Egyptians believed in the soul, and the soul arrived pure and unspoiled, and the idea was that the soul would leave pure and unspoiled. What a concept! What is your concept, dear ones, as you listen to these words? Have your spiritual systems made you magnificent or corrupt from birth? What is your metaphor? What have you perhaps been told about the Creator? Can you draw a connection between a message from thousands and thousands of years ago and what you receive in this modern age? And if you truly think about it and dive into your heart, you, in this modern age, are truly limited. You are missing something, and that something might be written on the walls of ancient Egypt, something beautiful, meaningful, and passionate. They had a connection with the Creator, and wanted to show it very clearly. And it's not just at Kamambo that they expressed it on the walls. Year after year, dynasty after dynasty, this message of theirs has survived even the conquerors. It's a message I want to speak about very briefly. On this planet, a new energy will manifest, very slowly. You will see it happen, and this raises the question, what will be the dominant consciousness of humanity? And I tell you this dominant consciousness will slowly transform into a better relationship with the Creator, with what you call God. This is the key. Have you ever thought, for example, of having a relationship? Many spiritual systems don't want that. They want you to have a relationship with a leader of the organization, who will then pass it on to a God, their God. You are still in the dark, dear ones, when it comes to spirituality. You have the ability to consistently connect between the inner God of the human being and what is the Creator of the universe. You have always had it. This has been Kryon's teaching from the beginning. Reigniting that flame and truly understanding it means establishing a relationship. Now, your modern spirituality will live this relationship differently. You will kneel. You will assume some kind of posture that says you are nothing, that God is everything, and then you'll beg for things and call it prayer. Do you see the difference? It's written on the walls, the difference. You can stand tall and claim a relationship with the Creator of the universe because that is the plan. The plan has always been not to beg God, but to establish a relationship where you can say, thank you. I express my gratitude. Dear God, dear Spirit, dear whatever name you want to give it, with all the names you want, I thank you for this relationship. If you want to progress towards a much higher relationship and consciousness in what you will call, many generations from now, a higher consciousness, you will have to reach that point where you truly begin to understand what it is. As you sit here in this temple, or listen to these words, or watch this video, I implore you once again to see yourselves as partners in this plan of creation, this plan for which you need to be here, to find something greater than what you have been told, to discover it for yourselves, to see that the ancients truly knew it and that you are now recovering it, a relationship with the creator of the universe. Is it possible? And prayer then becomes a conversation. It becomes a conversation of gratitude, a conversation of thanksgiving, a conversation that then includes pieces and parts of the elements of your planet and even of your body. Your innate nature, for example, has a relationship with the creator. This might be a new concept for many of you, while for others it is not. How clear is your relationship with what is divine? When you look around the planet, is it easy for you to dive into your heart and say, look at that. Look at those trees, that waterfall. Look at the beautiful things. Look at the splendor of nature. Now, do you see it when you look at another person who has a consciousness capable of interacting with you? Do you look at them and say, how wonderful that this person feels the same love I feel for the creator of all things? When you reach that kind of relationship, I assure you, everything begins to change. And by everything, I mean the reality you live in begins to change. I have told you before, you live longer. And then there is more. There is much more to discover, one might say, regarding what the masters who walked on this planet knew. Those around whom perhaps the religions of the planet were built. Those masters had something to tell you, to give you, and you saw God in them, and you never forgot it. That is why there are so many belief systems that saw God in a master, but instead of emulating them, they worship the master. This is a time of change, and of understanding. All the masters of this planet came for one reason only. As human beings, to show you what a true relationship means. This is the path to take, a relationship that will give you a longer and more compassionate life. Love is the key. It has always been, and there are many words to describe love in many languages. But in the end, it's up to you. How much do you love those around you, yourself? And how willing are you to free yourself from all the traps of fear, anxiety, habits, and everything you have learned that you will have to let go of in some way? This truly is the journey, dear ones. A journey of love. And the irony of it all is that you are in Egypt looking at that message, that very message on the walls of those who placed it there for you to see, surrounded by their metaphors and all their symbols, which were all they had to describe relationships, what they meant, but what they truly meant, the message on the walls. I repeat it. What you see is ancient energy for modern times. Be kind to this group before me. Look beyond the images and understand that you are all here for a reason. And it's not just about history. And so it is. She will rise like a phoenix in this year of the double fire horse, made of changes and transformations. As the planet flips over, turns inside out, unraveling like a frantic ball of yarn, the frequency of the feminine in nature once again reaches an infinite dead end of choices. In recent years, the feminine in nature has been deliberately trampled upon in calculated and timeless ways, diminished in every aspect of body, mind, spirit, and future and past choices. Well, my dear ones, this sacred aspect of she rises from someone else's ashes to fly above all illusion, like a free bird, named Linnet in the Alabama sky. She doesn't need your permission to be, do, or think, because she has been through hell and damnation incarnation after incarnation to become the woman she is now. She is a survival professional, takes care of her children, and keeps her heart open. In every incarnation, she has dedicated herself, her life, and her love to serving others, whether family, friends, or even enemies. She always puts others before herself, giving them the largest piece of the cake and of her heart. Heartsuit female emancipation in 2026 is the result of self-affirmation and personal achievement. Woman is no longer a lady in waiting. Like a beautiful white swan, she rises from the darkness that dwells within her and in the world. We all carry soul scars from the past and heart scars from the present. All of us on Earth are literally wounded. We are all survivors. We can cover our battle scars with lipstick and cute shoes, but underneath are deep timeless cuts, etched into our souls. Since we already carry this emotional burden, like Marley's ghost, anything else added to it only becomes heavier, denser, and weighs down our life force until it almost extinguishes it. The more we look away from the world's injustices, the more they stare back at us through the windows of our soul, demanding our attention and intentions. Everything influences everything and everyone on Earth. It doesn't matter if you live in a cave or a condominium. We are a collective living biology of light masters who came to Earth to learn some very profound human lessons. It is in this place that we learn to become the true light masters we were before we arrived here. In recent years, the feminine in nature has been scorned, diminished, and ridiculed beyond recognition in new and virtual ways. In ancient times, in times past, women fought side by side, heart to heart, shovel to shovel if necessary, to protect their families when the men went off to war, hunting, or to their circle of friends. They were fearless in that fortification and wove their protective spell into everything they did. Whatever they cooked or planted, painted or sewed, they prepared it with prayer, weaving their love spell into the very fabric of time. You, dear ones, are the true incarnation of those powerful women. We who lived through the 1950s and 60s, a time when spanking your wife was still legal, rebelled strongly against the injustices inflicted on us and the world. We burned our bras and gave flowers to strangers, making declarations of love in all its most flowery forms. The women of the world gather at a summit, a place where thoughts, emotions, and memories, past and future, come together in a single thought, a single intention, and a single heart. Women have overdone it. They have emotionally devoured what they didn't want to look at in their memories, their hearts, and their choices. Through all the planetary, political, and personal upheavals of recent years, the feminine aspect of Earth has taken the helm and guided Earth, to the best of her ability, toward a new path of clarity, healing, and hope. Like the innate goddess she is, she will not attack your white or black house. She will not use her words as toxins that can harm her own health. She will no longer stand aside or cower in fear. She will stand tall in her heart, her intentions, and her choices. Mother Earth is not happy, and neither is Mother Earth Woman. Both have had enough of these games for too many years. Action is now needed from one or both. In 2026, what is divinely feminine in nature will reclaim its power. One breath, one action, and one thought at a time. She is no longer willing to be the butt of jokes or the scapegoat. Everything feminine on Earth demands, in the sweetest light and intention, equal rights in every aspect of her earthly life. It is the female who is the source of life and creation on Earth. It is the male who is the source of upheaval. It is time for women to reclaim their power, not through aggression or hitting someone over the head with a frying pan, but through the vibration of a higher, inspired love. Not the love between husband and wife, not the love between mother and child, not family love, but a love that began at the moment of Earth's conception. Women have stood by for too long, waiting for the universe to correct a mistake that has grown larger for decades. Well, apparently the universe doesn't consider it a mistake, so here's the lesson. We have prayed submissively and asked everything sacred to awaken those on Earth whose eyes are crusted over with virtual sleep. We have bowed our heads, hearts, and knees in prayer. We wake up, and planetary tears flow from our eyes. We have cried for everything and everyone we will likely never meet in this life, but who continue to live in our hearts and prayers. We, as she of this planet, now stand firm, powerful, and bold in the light of knowing truth. We can no longer stand by and watch this crazy upside-down matrix circus and allow it to grind everything we hold in our hearts, our family, our hopes, and our dreams to dust. So be it. Archangel Michael. What is love? My name is Michael. I am very old, and I always work for God. What is love? Love is energy. You know that. Love, in reality, has many facets of a great flower. In each facet, there is a form of love, in its glory and creation. The flower has many colors, and this means that love expresses itself uniquely. Each facet has its color and even its shade, and this means that, for example, if you like the color green, it means you are working with the meaning of that unique type of love. Other times, instead, you are drawn to other colors, even a specific shade, and this means you are learning precisely from that type of love. In heaven, love is a great university, a school. And there, each color has piles of books to read and learn from. And in the Akashic Library, the books are kept so that students can borrow them and study them. But there is much more in the Akashic Library. Every single soul has a box there. In each box, you collect the colors you have learned during your life on Earth. Each color has a lesson, and even more lessons, more advanced lessons. When you have collected all the colors and learned all the lessons of each color, they will all transform into white, the color of God. It is a particular white, translucent, that waves uniquely, like sunlight. So, when you sleep at night, you usually visit the school, take your lessons in heaven, read books, return to your awakened life on Earth, and strive to learn about each color while you are in your body. And when you have learned all the colors, we will celebrate you. Then you will truly be a master. And you will no longer have to live on Earth if you don't wish to. Some of you are already masters, but you wanted to live another life on Earth to help Mother Earth and contribute to the awakening of all souls. And when you become a master, you dedicate yourself to other tasks in other parts of the universe. The work always continues. Since the energy of love is constantly expanding, there is always more to learn. But it can be a bit lonely to be a master living another life on Earth, because the people around you may not be as open as you had envisioned. Many businesses that were about to reopen have instead closed their doors due to the fear spreading throughout the world. I must be honest and admit that, precisely for this reason, living on Earth right now is extremely difficult. The fear that the rulers of the world spread is the quintessence of evil, and fear is a weapon they love to use to control souls. They don't want souls to awaken. They want souls to stay asleep indoors with the door closed. It is a war, a spiritual war, and they want to continue the war of fear to ensure that fewer souls awaken. This phenomenon has been occurring for thousands of years. It's not new, but unfortunately, it is increasing. So, dear beautiful friend, do not give up. It is always darkest before the dawn. And my dear beautiful friend, the dawn is truly near. Believe me, they want you to forget. Stay strong, stay focused, keep your eyes on the sphere of love, and connect with love every day. You see, the awakening of souls is unstoppable. This war of fear is just a small obstacle along the way, and it will make you and everyone stronger as you learn an even deeper shade of love. I love you, Michael, the Oracle. It has transformed into something else. I greet you with love and light. I come as a sacred dove, a symbol of peace and purity, an oracle of pure consciousness. The illusion you once called reality is crumbling before your eyes, revealing the fragility of the structures that have shaped your existence. What you see dissolving in the external world is not simply a series of unfortunate events or chaotic circumstances. Rather, it is a vivid reflection of humanity's inner truth, long ready to be released into the light of awareness. This truth, buried beneath layers of conditioning and societal expectations, is now emerging, demanding recognition and acceptance. As you observe these familiar structures, those built on fear, limitation, obligation, and a false sense of identity, they begin to disintegrate. These structures, which once offered an appearance of security and predictability, can no longer remain intact in the presence of your expanding consciousness and the radiant light that now stands tall within you. This light symbolizes your true self, the essence of what you truly are, beyond the superficial labels and roles you have played throughout your life. The illusions that dwell within you are shaped by your deepest fears and insecurities, mirroring the beliefs you hold about yourself and the world around you. They can manifest as relationships that drain your energy, careers that stifle your creativity, or social norms that limit your potential. Each of these constructs has served a purpose, perhaps offering comfort in times of uncertainty or a sense of belonging in a fragmented world. However, as you evolve and grow, these once reliable patterns begin to feel increasingly restrictive. The process of dismantling these illusions is not necessarily painless. It can be tumultuous and disorienting, as what is familiar becomes strange, especially when everything you once believed to be true transforms into something completely different. Your daily habits are no longer comfortable. Yet, it is crucial to recognize that this collapse is a necessary part of your transformation. The structures that have defined your life are crumbling because you have outgrown them, transcending the boundaries of what once seemed to define you. During this transition, it is essential to allow yourself to feel the emotions that may arise: fear, sadness, or even grief for what you are leaving behind. Acknowledge these feelings without judgment, because they are part of the process of releasing the old and making space for the new. Then let them go courageously, embracing the new path. In doing so, you cultivate resilience and strength, reinforcing your ability to adapt to the ascension energies and the ever-evolving landscape of your life. Furthermore, as these illusions dissolve, you may begin to discover new possibilities and opportunities that were previously hidden. With each layer that falls away, you gain clarity about your true desires, aspirations, and values. This newfound awareness allows you to align more closely with your higher self, paving the way for a life that resonates with your deepest truths. Your path toward awareness is a powerful journey, illuminating the way ahead and guiding you toward a more fulfilling existence. It encourages you to connect with your power, to claim your space in the world without apology. By embracing this journey, you become a beacon of light for others, inspiring them to undertake their own quests for truth and authenticity. The dissolution of the illusions once dear to you is not an end, but a profound beginning. It is an invitation to explore the depths of your being, to discover the richness of your inner world, and to manifest a reality that reflects your highest potential. As you continue to release what no longer serves you, remember that you are not alone on this journey. This is a collective evolution, so everyone is experiencing it, whether they are aware of it or not. Yet, humanity's awareness has expanded enormously and continues to do so at a very rapid pace. Hold your light high so that others may find their way. Many are searching for truth, now more than ever. The light is forever yours. I am of the love and light of the infinite. I am the Oracle, the 12D creators. What will Ascension be like for you? We are here for you. We are the creators. We are a 12th dimensional collective of non-physical living beings, and we are here to help you. Yes, you are ascending, and you are doing so at your own pace and in your own way. Not all of you are meant to have the same ascension experience. What would be the purpose? You are all extensions of source energy, and were created to be different lenses, different perspectives, and therefore you are meant to have different experiences of even the exact same thing. Now, ascension in this universe is happening. Nothing can stop it. However, everyone has the opportunity to take the path they choose to reach a higher dimensional plane of existence. Some people believe that catastrophic events must occur, collapses of every kind, millions if not billions of deaths, for ascension to happen, and that they can live that experience if they wish. We are here now to remind you that the choice is yours and that no one else is choosing your path for you, not even your higher self. It is you, with your state of awakening, who determines what you will get, and most of you do not always do this consciously. You still believe that some things are simply inevitable. Ascension is inevitable, but your experience of it is entirely up to you. You can have a serene, joyful experience, full of freedom, creativity, and a constant flow of abundance, or you can struggle. You can swim against the current, go against the flow, or let yourself be carried by the current. You can understand that you are the creator of your reality because you choose what to experience through a vibration, a thought, an emotion, a belief. All you have to do is choose with greater awareness so that you get what you want and what you need at the same time. Because yes, it is necessary to live certain experiences that allow you to grow, but they can be very personal experiences, lived with the people around you. They don't necessarily have to be global events of chaos, calamity, natural disasters, and financial collapse. Your role is to initiate your personal ascension experience as an awakened soul aware that you can choose from a wide range of possibilities. Tune into the one you prefer. Daydream it. Choose the kind of experience you want to live for your ascension, and we guarantee you will live a similar one, or even better. But you will live an experience of doom and gloom only if you choose it, consciously or unconsciously. So reflect on yourself, and ask yourself what you believe needs to happen for you and the rest of humanity to ascend. Remember, there is not just one Earth. There is not even just one reality. There will always be another version of the human collective on whatever Earth you find yourself on at any given time. So don't think you have to change everyone else's mind to get the kind of ascension you want. You only have to change your own mind, and you have the power to do that, and you always have. We are the creators, and we love you very much.